Sup my little pulselings, how's it going? Hope all is well in your world. If you like the video, subscribe and you'll be notified when another one's up. Sup pulsers, how's it going? Thanks for joining me today. We're looking at Mistpaw Ravine. Let's hear from the developer. The witches are gone, only their cats remain. Make a new home for them in this feline city builder. Keep your cats fed and happy. Clean their little boxes and endure the toxic mist of the world ravaged by magic. Yes. Let's have a look at the options. We're going to settings, full screen, display or ratio. So you can change it. Oh, I should have done it, really, should I? I should have started messing about with that. You can't really change the 1619 and all the other display settings, but you can do display ratios. So we'll have a quick butcher through here. Borderless window or full screen. Right, just click through these settings up here because sometimes it will appear if you go through to other settings. Oh, I should jump right up. Shush. I feel my accidentally clicked it. You got sound, music volumes, environmental volumes. Mute when minimized. That's only going to really affect people who are recording. Pause game with minimized. Lock window, mouse scrolling, camera speeds, brightness, and show grid. I'm not sure what the show grid is. I think it'll be the lines on the floor kind of thing. I'm going to leave it off for now because I haven't used it yet. Right, we have. Yes, we have key bindings. And yeah, the other thing is credits. We don't need to set credits. Now, this is the alpha demo, as you can see down here. So expect bugs. However, when I was playing it through as a test, there was no bugs at all, which is awesome. Well done, developer. Look at that flying broom. So we have a bunch of cats. The only color of the cats were actually black, which different colored cats would be quite nice. Maybe when you put them in different jobs, they change. I'm not too sure. I didn't really notice. The art in this is really nice. So I'm going to start a new game off. There you go. We're going to call it Menace and Pyro Land after my boys' cats. Ooh, cat hunger rate. Oh, I didn't notice this earlier on. Skip tutorial. Now I'm going to leave tutorial on. Starting cats 9. Power draw scale. Oh, Gloomstorm duration. This is really good because I was going to mention some of this stuff. But obviously I missed it. Oh, did it change the name? It took the name. 1 second. There you go. We put a 2 in it now. Menace and Pyroland. Named after my boys' cats. Menace is a grey, white, black and white cat. And Pyro is an orange Looney Tunes. He's not too bright, Pyro. Now the tutorial in this is really nice. So these are your little cats. I'm going to push spacebar to pause it. You got 1, 2, 3 for the speeds of the camera. Not the camera, the game, which is awesome. You got WAS and D to move back, zoom in, zoom out with a mouse. You do have edge scrolling, but I don't know if it's going to be unpaused. Right, up here is your wood, how much you got. Up here is your planks, which you make from wood. Total food. And radish, how much you've collected. This is the mist in the storm, and this is your power. Right, so place woodcutters near trees. Now, what I like is when it's telling you to do stuff, it highlights it, which is really awesome. So I'm gonna get 1 over here, 1 down here, and 1 over there. Now it says I only do 3, 2, but I'll say do 3 to ignore that. Build woodcutters. Well, let it go. I'm going to put on 2 speed. Even at 2 speed, I think for the harvesting of trees now, it's a bit too slow. Build mist collector. Now, what this does is, this collects this blue like gas area. Got 1 up there. 1 down there. And I'm going to put 1 up there. Try and get 1 in there. We did that. Now, mist is actually a water source. Build a water sprout. Now, what this does is, if you ever played the beaver one, this basically makes water. I'm gonna do it down here. I did it there last time. Can I rotate this? Ha! Got one up there, one down there. I want one for food and one for wood. Build water spouts. There we go. We got it done. Is it not quite done yet? There we go. Right. So when they're collecting this mist stuff, they're going to put it in here. Build a farmhouse. Place radishes. Right. Now, when it comes to building, you want this far away from wherever you're going to build your trees. Yeah, but you want it as close as you can to the area that obviously you're going to build in. Because you're not going to be able to build outside the grasslands. This grassland is necessary for you to grow a crop. So the fact they're clearing this whole area as well. Now, food management in this, I'd say, is a bit of an issue. Because they burn through it quite quickly once you've got a few cats. And you will not notice. However, the really cool thing is, cats don't die. From what I've seen, they don't die. What happens is they slow down if they're starving, and then they stop working if their stomachs are completely empty. Which is cool. Well, it's not cool for the cats, but it's cool for the fact it doesn't just stop everything and all your cats die. You don't get into a death spiral. If you ever played sort of games before, you know death spirals are really dangerous. So I'm going to build one water storage there, one water storage up there. Build little boxes. Now, little boxes cost 3 wood. In this game, wood collection can be an issue. So, developer, I say you need to be more generous with the amount of storage when it comes to wood, how much you actually collect of it. Well, I'm going to put one down there. I want to put one there eventually. Now, poo-poo in this can be an issue because it will build over. This would be cool if you can make some kind of resource out of it. Right, now I'm going to fast forward. The speed at which they collect material now is actually quite slow. So I'm going to build storage. I'm going to build it near. Get some wood up there. We're going to have some wood up here. I've got to do 2. I don't want them sitting around for too long. That's a little box on. Right. We're going to have storage up there. What's that one? We have that one as planks. Build little boxes. Well, we're gonna have that one's high priority. We're gonna have cats, unassigned workers, noughts. Well, I'm gonna just pause that for a sec so I can actually go and build these little boxes. And I'm gonna build my first homes. Even though it doesn't say about homes, you should kind of get over building homes. Somewhere you need one desert area. Well, I'm building up there. I'm building down here. I will build my first home down here. About to build 2. That way I can start increasing the population. So kittens do not work because they're kittens. But you can keep an eye on your stuff up here. Now you need to leave a gap when you're building houses. Right, build a stockpile. We will have a build stockpile in a second. We just need more little kitties to exist. We've got 10 stinky cats. Now they will start putting poop in the little boxes, which is awesome. I actually think that mechanic kind of needs to be redone. I need to tell it to store the mist. The reason I think it needs to be redone is because I think that should be put onto like the farming or something. I haven't seen that yet, but that'd be pretty cool. Right, so we need storage for our turnips. But I don't want to take up space down here. I'm going to put it up with this stockpile. So it's just out of the way for now. Like I said, I think it's a really good idea the developer hasn't put a death spiral in this. It does make the game nice and relaxing. We need more resources. We've got 31 wood, people. 31. So the research on this is really good as well. I like how they've done that. I'll wait for it to go through the tutorial first. Let's high prioritize that, please. One unassigned worker, yes. We only have one so far. Because any kids. Oh, they are using the poop. Oh, we're done. Are they using the poop? Are they taking it to storage? Oh, I think they're taking it to storage. Oh, I thought they were using the poop then for litter boxes. It's got a sign, but I think that means they're a stinky cat. You don't want it to be a stinky cat. Right, build homes. 2 out of 5. Right, we're going to build some down here. Which is why I would like... I want a sawmill as well. So you just got to wait for the cat population to really be born. At this point, because you got to wait for kittens to grow up. Done. Right, we have a lot more little boxes. We can't really organise someone to go pick up the poops, which is kind of not okay, is it? Right, now we have built the 5 homes. It takes quite a while because I wanted to clear out this whole area. Now, as you can see, you have to constantly build litter boxes. They can't hold that much. If your cat is available, so you got one not working, it will go pick up litter in that area. Same as sorting out rubble and that. That will all get done with a cat that's available. You just need to wait for the cats to actually breed, which does take quite a while. I think that slows the game down quite a lot. So I'm going to build more homes here. Now the reason I'm leaving a space in the middle is when you start upgrading the town, you need a certain amount of beauty, and you have to put beauty objects in here. They can only hit a small area around them. Now the mist collectors you will have to delete from in here and move further and further out, because obviously they need to get closer to the mist, and there's only a certain amount of area that I can actually farm in, which is perfectly fine. Right, so I've got 4 kittens now. Total space is 30, that should do for a while. So this is why you have to kind of turn off buildings every so often, so that you can basically spread the cats out and let them pick up the poo if it's an area, but prioritise that the least, because it's not that big a deal. I just let them poo everywhere, and I've just got like 20 of the wood cutters down here just to clear this whole area as forest. Otherwise, you're waiting all day. Right, what we've got? Build a sawmill. Now, the industrial side I'm going to have over here. As much as I can. I want that for... I have to put another one in to spread it out even more for trees. Right, yeah, the tree stuff really does get in the way when you're trying to build. But it's just a case of waiting. I think it takes a bit too long to get that sort of thing done. Right, I'm going to put it down here actually, because that way I can use all that for food. And it takes 2 farmers to run a farm. So any gaps as they appear, as your units are clearing more and more woodland, don't forget to plant wherever you can. And leave a litter box every so often in an area, otherwise you get cat poop everywhere. And it just looks nasty. I would like, developer, I would like a way to flip that on and off permanently. I can't see one just yet. I haven't been all the way through the controls. Maybe there's a... Oh, you can relocate building, cool. Maybe there's a tab for it. What I've seen of the game so far is really nice and cute. See, I think it's pretty cool. But I like building games. The fact this is so simplistic is awesome. But I do think it's you need to sort out their resource gathering capabilities. First of all, they need to get more wood from a tree. And I explain that when I get the forester up, because there is an issue with that. Same as the farm. The farm is quite nice how they go in and out and do it all automatically. Now, I think you've done that really well. But I do think the litter box situation, this is going to bug players to constantly have to build them all over the place every so often. Have like a litter box and the cats have the brains to go to it. So it's like that. They're in multiple areas, but that's just the kittens. Kittens, that's very realistic. They poop like crazy in this game. It's because that's a gathering station area. And I don't have someone really available right around home base to go gather all this poop up. Which is kind of disgusting. But like I said, the population increase, you need to speed up the growth. It takes ages. I had to skip like 10 minutes of just waiting for them to do basic building stuff and this population to even start increasing. I do think that's an issue. But everything else about the game is very cute, very nice. I think a lot of people will like what you got so far. Obviously, I'm going to keep building for now because I do like the mana system. I think that's done really well. But I just need people available to be able to do stuff. It's just waiting as they bob up and down. And this is on full speed. This waiting around constantly is kind of a bit of a big issue. So one, the cats need to be able to carry more. Another guy's cute little like nets they carry things around in. But they need to be able to either increase capability on their little broomsticks and get me more resources from the tree. I think that should be at least 3. Because when it comes to the forester and actually growing the trees, it's got a time limit on it of about 40 minutes. That is a bit of an issue. Still, I'm still waiting for these kittens to grow up. Are you nearly growing? We'll grow in 23 minutes. This is what I mean. These timers you've got in the game are really long. So it's at full speed and I'm still have to wait 20 minutes for this to get sorted. Ah, developer. This the same time as you have on the trees as well. It's a huge thing. It's not a small thing. Gamers are not going to want to sit away and wait for that time. I got one above, one below. Well, I think that. Is there any of these in the area? Right, they should be able to get that. Oh, right, it's not quite telling what it is. Well, you've got some cats available. How long till you're fully grown? Alright, 5 minutes. So now I'm going to have a big population boom. 28 minutes. Just waiting for these cats. Oh, dear me. Alright, we need electricity. Build a mana accumulator. Now, this is how it gathers mana. This is why you kind of need an industrial area where you're not building anything on. So I'm going to build 2 of those. Because this will speed up unlocking the research. And obviously you guys don't want to sit down and watch me do that. But the whole research, resource gathering side of this game, it needs to be spent, especially at this mist accumulators. It takes quite a while for them to get anywhere. Right, that's outside the area with more little boxes. Oh, we've got more poop town over here. Right, it's inside a little box area. Alright. So we should be able to highlight the areas they build in as well. Oh, we got a ping. Gloomstorm is coming. Right, is there no little box up there? Right, that is for that one. So we need one on the outside, which again is more resources. Ink node. Oh, I haven't come across that before. Build mannequin. Right, I want to build another one of these in here. So that this will now be full of water and we can grow all plants in here. This is where my forest is going to be. Right, so how far out are you? I should really get that sorted at some point. Now, this is the research part of it. So what happens is, you come in here, you spend your research points to unlock different stuff. Forester, you got blue trees. Cleric is one of the ones I want. Shrub, lamp. These are the ones you put outside the homes to increase their overall happiness. Then once you've done all these, you go on to the next one. You will need a certain amount of happiness overall to unlock grilling, crystals, scalar lip, claw maintenance. Now this is a huge area compared to the other ones. So the other one's about like this around the houses. That's why you need to leave a space in the middle. This will do quite a lot of them. So you can have this on inside the houses, have houses on both sides with a small lamp around it, and have that boosting both sides. That's how you get to the next tier. And then the next tier. So it's got quite a lot of stuff. Poo mastery. Poop mastery quickly cleans poop and empty little boxes. That should be a lot earlier because littering is quite an issue. The reason they were all in the middle was because the kittens were pooing and I didn't clean the poo up, so it stopped them from working. So it's kind of a spiral I had to get out of. But this part of the game is really cool. How the mana system works. I like it anyway. So now we've got some power generators. We are ticking a bit quite nicely. I'm going to get a forester. To get a power generator only costs 2. This costs a bit more. This costs 40. Getting the clerics to get rid of the gloom is high priority. I forgot about that. But there you go. That's why some of the cats slow down as well. They stop working. So food and gloom are two biggest premises. I think it's because I turned the gloom generators off when I first played this. Right, I'm gonna get another farmhouse down here. I need space. Right, I'll put it down here. That way I can start filling this up with mist fuel, the liquid. Because that little one will not fill this whole area. But I kind of want it filled. This is why you are constantly reliant on mist as well. So whenever you build these now, because they're at the distance of the main base, you have to build pylons. If you don't, they won't work. Good luck. We're all counting on you. Alright, cool. So the mist in this game is one of the most important elements. And you will constantly need to move this. They're just getting degloomed. It takes a little while. So I'll bring another little box down here. So you constantly need to move little boxes. They're fine with working just on the edge of the mist. We need to make sure I got little boxes as well. Right, so I will need storage down here for turnips. Which one was it? That one? That one. Right, we will have turnips down here. We will have turnips galore. So when the gloom is revealed from here, this whole area is going to become a farm. Farms in this are they're alright, but it's a lot more work than what you'd think, which we need to move up. That's what I want. One knows what I was. Right, if I turn you onto essence, yes. I need to turn you onto essence as well. Right, so we've got power generator, we've got space for that to be used as well. Excellent. We have more storage for food. I'll be able to unlock some more in a minute. Right, so we need to unlock this to make our little kitties happy. And then we can unlock this one at 45. That is, I'd say, a key building. large stockpiles. That's all right. We need to go on to decorations. So, decorate house, happiness of cats. So do shrubs. Now, if you look, it does the whole area. Which, I do think that area should be bigger, and I do think it should tell you how much. Let me double check. Does it actually sound on the screen? Does it actually say the number? No, it doesn't. That would be really nice, developer. Just to let people know. So you kind of have an idea of how you should build the houses as well. Well, we've got a lot of unemployed. Oh, I forgot to turn things back on. I was letting them deal with the gloom. Right, let's put another storage unit here. It's going to take them too long to get over there. Right, do they have enough cat litters? No. Right, let's take one of these. Up here. Right, that's a waterbed. You can't build in the waterbeds either. Which is fair enough. So all the little boxes, you need them everywhere. I know it's supposed to be based on cats, but it's just, you know, kind of something you don't really want to do. Like a hauling station, that's what I want. I'm going to build it on this patch here. Right, we've got 15, so we can have quite a few haulers. Okay. This actually speeds up everything quite a lot. Right, I need 2 cats on that now. I didn't have enough space earlier on, so I took one off. Same as the water. I think this should use less mist as well. It goes through it really fast. Because there's going to come a point where we run out. So no doubt there's a way around it. Right, so we've got one builder there. I have one mist collector there. Right, does this one need to be moved? Yeah, I think it does. Let's get you up here. Let's have another liquid storage so you can run all the way back every time. Right. You need to be moved down here. So moving on to buildings now happens quite often. Now, what's it doing? Woodcutters is what I want to show. I've got Forester. I want that giant scratching post as well. What's that? 176. Yeah, we'll have that. Double homes, grill, food. Doing right for food. Well, they're starving, but I don't really care. Alright, let's do grilling. We'll see how that works. I didn't get to do that in when I was practicing. Right, food. Ooh. Cookhouse. Converts 1 into 1. 20 minutes though. Right, I can't put that there. I want that for planting on. Right, as well as you. Now I've got power stations that don't need to be near the main hut. The reason I put them there is because there's no power. If you look at that, it's got its own little power border, which is awesome. But when it comes to farmland, you don't want it taken up with that kind of stuff. Right, you can go around hunting gloom spores before they become an issue. But how far do you reach? Well, I'm going to build another clerics, I think. High power upper if not what he's under. Food must be cooked by grill. Ah, it's another crop. Okay. I wonder if I need a separate farm for that. Right, that's going to be that one. So let's build another farmhouse down here. Okay, we'll build another farmhouse there. Right, Forester, before I forget. Now you're thinking, yes, this solves the whole woodland conundrum. Right, let's get here. I hate it most. It's kind of annoying, but it is. Right, we'll put that there. So, I'll wait until they've done a little bit, and then I'll explain what the issue is. Right, you need electricity, so I'm going to need to put a pylon down here. None of our buildings look like they need electricity, which is cool. I think that does. Yep, that does. So, have you removed the gloom spores down here? Yes, you have. So I'm not sure whether or not you need more of those. Right, we need more gatherers of the doom and gloom variety. Alright, let's unpause you. Let's unpause you. Now we've got more people gathering. So the whole water world system, I quite like it. Reminds me of the, there's a beaver game like this. Oh, we are at the bottom. That's not good. We're going to run out of gloom. Hopefully, developers support that. Put something in. We better go about more gloom. Right, we need another little box. There you go. Sweet. Right, we've got haunting stations. We got. Where is it? 4 stars, I was saying. Now, don't forget, this is at full speed. That's going to take 43 minutes at full speed, which is not actually, I don't think it's actually 45 minutes. It's going to be insane. But it's quite a while in game for them to actually build a tree. This kind of slows it down way too much, waiting for these trees to grow. Crops can be a little bit slow, but they're fast enough that you can maintain quite a high population. So I think crops are fine. This whole this takes way too long. So I was playing last night, and the population, how it works and how certain systems work, really do slow the game down. I know these are supposed to be chilled, relaxing games, but I don't want to wait forever. Same as these reservoirs, once they fill up, I think they should stay filled up so they're not just constantly draining your mist. Because a lot of this game is really nice. It's got some really cool stuff going on. But this is an alpha build and it is just a little rough around the edges. So the whole maintenance on the buildings now is pretty cool. The fact that the cats just kind of get on with it. The automatedness of this game is really well thought out. I think it is, because there's not many issues. Once you learn about how the gloom works and the cat litter, that needs to be calmed down on. It's a fun little thing because they're doing cats, but people who play sort of games don't want to mess about a cat litter all the time. Especially in the beginning. Because it'll tell you that the kittens mass poop, and it will affect everything in that area. So will the gloom. So if you want to introduce the gloom storms, you need to do it after they've built the first, where is it? These research facilities, so that they can get the clerics done. Because if people don't know, or if they're going through the tutorial the first time I'm playing, they're going to get really annoyed with that. Like I said, I know it because I've played it. And this does have a lot of really nice stuff going on. I think it does anyway. I would love to see different coloured cats as well. Average cat happiness. See, all this readout now, I think it's done really well. Well done, developer. Right, what is it, that one? 175. Well, I just want to do that. But even that, it takes so long. I need another power generator. It takes so long for anything to get done. The speed of this game is way too slow. Even for people who like strategy games. Ooh, a gloom tree. It is a gloom tree. Go clerics, go smash that up. So Gary's way to get that as well. But look, this just really makes your forester quite useless for a big section of the game. And don't forget, I have it on full speed the entire time. How much this slows the game down is quite high. That was Mistpaw Ravine. What do I think of that game? I think it's a very nice little building game. I like the animations. Cats bobbing up and down is quite a stretch there. I do think in the tutorial the gloom storm should be turned off until you've built your first research center, because you need that cleric very quickly, especially if you're following the tutorial as it's written out. I do think you need to speed up growth of kittens. You need The planting of the crops is fine. The planting of the trees, you need to speed up by about, I'll say cut it down to about a quarter of what it is. Not only that, you need to have the foresters actually harvest the trees. That will help the whole process. Other than that, you've got a really nice system of the logging turning into planks, making power out of it. I think you've got some really cool stuff. I like the idea of how you unlock the map with the mist. I think that's really cool, and you're using it as a resource. However, the problem is that's going to run out sooner or later, and you do have ways around it, but will the players be able to get there in time? I think you should add something a bit earlier on, maybe like a June collector or something that naturally does a little bit, not too much. The mist collecting is reduced, or make it that they get more from the actual mist per collection. Say if it's the logs of the trees, you need more than 2 because it takes quite a while to collect them, and especially if the forester is going to grow them at that speed, they would definitely need to give some more wood. It's going to slow the game right down. But I do think you've got a lot of really cool and nice elements. I think people will like it, especially with cats. Cats are cool. And I do like the fact you can really name the cats. I didn't do that because I wanted to get a population up quick and fast. But anyway, that's just my opinion. And as always, it's up to you to do you. This has been PulseBeetle. Thanks for your time. Have a good day. Keep the pulse. And remember. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see the next one, you can just subscribe and you'll be notified when it's up and running.